my presentation today, I will be delivering the Unit 6, the Sports Development Continuum, Assignment 1, the Sports Development Continuum. My name is Khalid, Dini. What is the Sports Development Continuum? The Sports Development Continuum is a model that signifies performance involvement in different types of sports. I have selected hockey, swimming, and tennis. It shows you how to go throughout the different stages. This pyramid is split into 4 different sections, which will be foundation, participation, performance, and elite. Foundation would be mainly the school kids, whereas they would perform sports in PE. The participation is when the person gets interested within the sports and goes to local community teams. Performance would be when the person might get scouted for academies, and elite would be when the person might move on to the Olympics and other types of competitions, international competitions. The first one I will be talking about is hockey. Hockey, the person would learn the basic fundamental parts that are taught within hockey, such as passing. It's mainly aimed at younger kids to get them interested in within the sport. As I already said, it focuses on the enjoyment within and interest within the sport, and they learn the different types of passes and ruling how to hold a stick during PE lessons or after school clubs. Participation would be when the person gets interested within the sports and goes to local community teams, and the person is getting familiar with the sport. As well as this is that the person, this mainly got to do with participating in matches, but still they're getting the enjoyment out of the sport. Performance would be when the person takes part in competitive games and it's all about winning. The athletes are getting more know about the knowledge about the game. However, they still need to know like tactics and strategies, how to win the game. This is mainly taught by a coach that's got the qualifications and knowledge to deliver those strategies. And in order to reach the stage for a hockey player, he should be playing county or region level, which goes through either a scouting system or county or open trials. Elite a limited amount of athletes a person can reach the elite stage, which is due to the fact that it requires a lot of money, and hard work. This is mainly done by a governing body which picks top-class individual people who are considered to play for the country for international competitions such as the Olympics or such as the Olympics. Moving on to tennis. This is the foundation level, which is usually taught in primary schools and secondary schools as well. And this is when basic skills are taught, such as how to hold a racket or serving. They develop the basic knowledge of the game and to create enjoyment and interest, as it is an unpopular sport. Participation is when the person gets interested within the game and knows about. They might decide to go to teams, local clubs. In some cases it could be competitive. However, it's still getting the enjoyment and interest out of the game. Local communities might encourage open tennis courts to go to. They might encourage a free tennis court available to get more interested within the game. Performance, this would be the final step of them performing before they get into the elite stage. This mainly when a tennis player is recognized for his skills, and they might want to change this into a usual lifestyle, and they may train 2 or 3 times a week. And they are usually graded from 2 to 4 within tennis. This would be the final stage of the pyramid for tennis, and they are graded at level 1, and this is when players take part in different types of competitions, such as the Wimbledon, Roland Garros, US Open, and other types of competitions, as well as the Olympics. Andy Murray winning a gold medal during London 2012 means that there will be a lot of interest within the game, and there will be people are getting getting interested within the game of tennis, as well as British Tennis, as they announced to increase the funding of 5 million, which means that there will be more tennis courts and things like that to increase the popularity of the game. As well as this is that this stage will be sponsorships that might like sign contracts with elite performers, as people might see, for example, Andy Murray on TV, and he's got a contract with Under Armour, which means that people, younger people or people, they might see them on TV and get interested with the type of brand, and they might wear it the next day. Swimming would be the final one. This is a foundation stage, would be when kids are learning to swim at a young age, which usually happens during primary age, where they learn the basic skills of how to swim and make sure that they avoid drowning, and they will stay to this stage until they are comfortable in water without having to without any help. Participation, this is when the interest and enjoyment of the person increases, and they might decide to go to like local teams and go to local leisure centres and start to swim for clubs. This means that the intensity of the sport will increase, as they will need to improve their skills, and the person that they might train with might be not from the same age group. And a competition which will be introduced, which is called the swimming gala, where clubs will need to face each other for competitions with regards to swimming. This is the third stage of the pyramid, which involves for a swimming club, and it is all about winning. It's the stage before getting into Olympics, where people need to shine for their clubs in order to get spotted for like the Olympics or other competitions. This means that the athletes will get like good facilities available for themselves to improve their abilities, and then it comes down to determination and motivation, whether they want to reach those levels. Elite, this will be the final stage of the pyramid, where all the elite athletes come together during like Olympics, for example. This means that the athlete makes it like a usual lifestyle and a career out of him, and it is important that the person needs to have the right diet and going to the gym to stay fit. A prime example would be Michael Phelps, who won like 28 gold medals at the Olympics, and is the most decorated Olympian of all time. Compare and contrast. For all sports, it's mainly like for the foundation levels, it's usually classed as it is usually aimed at those who are classed as beginners. So they will, for example, tennis, they will taught how to hold the racket and serving. Swimming will be practice on being afloat using goggles, and hockey, how to hold the stick properly and not swimming. So that would be a similarity. However, the difference would be that the availability of swimming pool will be hard, as they need to hire a venue, whereas hockey and tennis will be usually available at school, and they can do it like on the AstroTurf, for example. Participation, compare and contrast, would be that they will have all of them will have some knowledge. However, in hockey, this is when they find local clubs, as well as tennis. However, in swimming, this will be the part when they get to swim without any help. So swimming will be still behind and they will start around the performance stages. This would be like a massive jump for all the sports, as they must be playing at county level. Swimming, they will go through a swimming gala, which are competitive games, which allows them to move on to the elite stage. In tennis, this is when they also take part in league games, which then could lead into the elite stage, taking part in competitions such as Olympics and Wimbledon. And hockey, this is when they play for like county games, county teams before the elite stage. And the difference of this would be that hockey is a team sport, hockey is a team sport, which makes it harder for an individual to get spotted, rather than swimming and tennis, when it is individual based, and a scout might like look at you rather than a whole team. elite comparing contest. This is basically the ultimate stage where performers might play for their countries. So in hockey, this would be Olympics where they play for their countries. In tennis, this would be Olympics as well as Wimbledon, and in swimming, they will also take part in Olympics. And they might have to begin from the foundation until the elite stage. And these are my references.